everybody, and welcome back to another video here on G4G Games for Gamers. I'm your host, Napalm Dawn, and today we're doing a state of the game, Heroes of the Storm. So when you log in now, you will see that there are several bundles up for sale, including the newest hero, the Madonna Cone Boobs, Sylvanas, the Banshee Queen. She comes from the World of Warcraft universe, and she's the leader of the faction that, according to the Blizzard April Fool's joke, is renamed the Walkers. We otherwise know it outside of April Fool's as either the Forsaken or the Undead. And as they can see here, it says we are gearing up for release. Head over to the forums to provide us with beta feedback. So it is possible that HOTS is coming out of beta. I was mailed 4 keys from Blizzard. They are legit keys, and I have not given them out yet. So if anybody has a use for legitimate HOTS beta keys, then by all means go ahead and send me a private message here on YouTube, and I will provide some keys to people on a first come first served basis, so that maybe you can go ahead and get your last licks in before this goes live. So let's take a look at what we have on the shop, and take a look at some of the bundles and everything, discuss what is good and bad, and what is incredibly overpriced. So I'm going to go ahead and get the bad out of the way right now. That's the battle bundle. I've said it before, I will say it again until it changes. This bundle is not worth the money whatsoever. It's originally almost $60. They're knocking it down to $40, and you get Raynor, one of the most basic DPS, Diablo, one of the most basic tanks, and Tyrande, who is support with a slight flair for heals. You get a Commander Raynor skin, which I think is really bad for him. I think when you take the armor away, you make him look actually like weaker. Sort of like somebody who should be standing at the back of the front line, kind of directing traffic. The Cablo Diablo is pretty cool. And Blood Elf Tyrande, which I actually like considerably less than Night Elf Tyrande. And you get the Golden Cyberwolf. Now, the Golden Cyberwolf is pretty cool in the sense that it is typical of a free-to-play game that there's usually some high-value items out there that you spend money on when you have reached that level of your gold means nothing anymore. You have bought everything, you have earned every piece of gold in the universe, you have everything. What are you going to dump it on now? Well, there's usually some of those big-ticket items that basically say you are Johnny Big Cash over there. You have all this incredible amount of money that you can throw around, and you have nothing left to spend it on. The problem is that doesn't translate effectively for this mount, because it's real life money that you're spending on. Yes, you are also getting 2,500 gold, which is a little bit more value in today's standards, because gold is not quite as easy to get as it used to be. But still, I think this bundle is completely not worth the money whatsoever. Hey, man. The starter bundle at $5, I think, is. You get a decent mount that is not really accessible anywhere else in the game. You get Raynor. You get a decent lower mid-level healer. And you get Merlin, who I really can't speak on, as I just simply do not use him a whole lot. But there are some very good, annoying Murden players out there. Sort of like scout harassment in TF2. Murden is used for a lot of jump-in, jog-out harassment. Now, the Nexus bundle for $40, if you're gonna spend $40 on this game, this is the way to go. If you're like, hey, you know what? I spend $40 to $50, $60 on a premium game when I get it. Be it Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever is your gaming area of choice. You're like, you know what? I'm going to spend that money if this was a full-blown game. So, hey, you know, I'm okay with $4. This is where you want to dump your $40. You get an excellent DPS or a Nova, a douche waffle and Falstad. Again, I don't really use him, I can't speak on him. You get a pretty decent tank in Sonya who puts out a good amount of damage and a lot of players play her well. You get ETC that I don't play too often, but I do know of some very strong ETC players. You have a very good specialist in Nazebo. You get another good specialist in Gara. The world's easiest healer of all time in Lily, where you literally can take your cat or dog or hamster and hit your keyboard with, and Lily will heal blindly. And a rather strong support in Tassadar that can be used very effectively in a lot of situations. You get an alt skin of Roller Derby Nova, which a lot of people favor. Glambo EC, who makes him look like he is one of the members of Bowling for Soup in the video 1985. Grimskull Nazebo, which is pretty cool. And of course, Cub Scout Lily over here. You get the Rainbow Unicorn from Diablo and then the Zebra, both of which are very visually unique mounts and kind of stand out. I think this pack is worth the $40. I don't know that it's worth $130, but at $40, yeah, that's solid. We have the Sylvanas bundle, which gives you Sylvanas, and the Range General skin, which I think is really good. We have the Noble Garden bundle, which is Murky and Funny Bunny Murky. I think this is an excellent skin. I think you basically hide Murky in this skin so much that unless you're looking at the eyes or the fins by the gills, it really could pass for something that almost isn't Murky. I think they did a really good job with this skin.
Hail, stranger.
And the fact that it's $15 though, no, I don't think Murky and an alt are worth $15.
Hail, stranger.
We have Lumberjack Uther for $3, which is pretty cool. We have Sectoid Zagara, which makes her look like the Scorpion. Wow, I think this is pretty good, and it actually kind of upped her creep factor. The middle color is one of my favorites on this one. I think this one's pretty distinctive. I like that one.
Hail, stranger.
Here on Lumberjack Uther, I think actually the first skin is really good, and this is probably every French-Canadian woman's wet dream over here. You have regular Zagaras for sale for under $5. That's pretty cool. And of course, Sylvanas is up. So let's see if we can jump in and test out Sylvanas over here. So I believe the heroes that are up this week are Diablo ETC, Raynor, Lily Gazlo, and Tyrande, and Ivor's own Jaina, Nubarak. I actually own Zeratul. I'm a pretty good Zeratul player. I like him a lot. I own Malfurion. And we're going to go ahead and try out we're going to try out Sylvanas here. First, I'm going to go show you her skins. So that one's pretty cool for her default. I like that one a lot. The red is also pretty cool. The master skin, I think, is overdone quite a lot. I really think they went too far in master skin over here. She has a bow that looks like she has the Shivan Mistresses of Lust and everything from Black Temple on her bow. The first two skins are the best color, I think, and this red one is way too much. I think the balls on the bow stand out too much. And in the back, her backpack over there, her quiver basically makes it look like she has a dead Klaxi sticking out of her back, like there's cricket people back there. Here, her Ranger General skin, I happen to really like. I like the bow, her ornaments over here kind of make her look very Malfurion-ish, very kind of nature druid. The first two skins I think are really cool. This one almost gives her a little bit of a demon hunter look. And the red one, I like this red way better than the default red, as this coloring scheme makes her look a lot like royalty. For some reason, this just looks like majestic royal coloring to me. So we're going to go ahead and set that. We are going to... Oh, there's some new mounts over here. So it seems like we have a magic carpet for $10. A lunar tiger, that looks awesome, for $10. We have some kind of an alliance-looking Ankaraji metallic mount. We have the golden pig. We have the rainbow unicorn. I have Wonder Billy, the stock horse. We have the dire wolf, the cyber wolf, and the kind of Mushin looking thing. I think I will go with Willy. And we will go ahead and try to take her out. Now her heroics come down here at 10, and she has Wailing Arrow, which is her default. Shoots an arrow that explodes for 200 damage and silence enemy for 2.5 seconds. Click it again to detonate the arrow early, or Possession. Force an enemy minion to fight for you. It gains 20% attack damage and health. Cooldown is increased to 20 seconds when used on catapults. I wonder to what level the minions can be taken. Like, is this going to be available to use on creep? You know, jungle mobs out there. So we'll go ahead and pause for now so as not to eat up video time, and we will resume when we actually get in. Alright, so we managed to get in again. I've been playing for a little bit here to get used to her. And we are currently down 1 Ravenlord summons, mostly because our Diablo was just below the summon point farming mobs instead of actually going up and helping.
I'm here.
So far, Sylvanas is fun to play, but I will say that some of her abilities do take getting used to. The Banshee is very easy to use. What you do is when you cast it, if you hit it again, you actually teleport to where the Banshees are. And that is quite helpful, but her Q takes a little getting used to. So there was the Banshee teleport over there.
What are we, no slaves?
Her Q is just odd. I think it's supposed to be a no-brainer, kind of like Lily's heal. But it definitely takes a little bit getting used to. And I'll see if I can back in this tribute over here. And we're almost there. We got it. Paid the price for it, but at least I got the tribute. So far for her talents, I've picked reduce the Shadow Dagger cooldown, the Free Withering Fire at max charges, and this one, Shadow Dagger, heals for each enemy hit.
Do not test
That's
my
of course Shadow Dagger over here. So that seems like you can really work that into the staple by reducing the cooldown and having it drain. Honestly, I like her E the most. It seems to be the most fun, the most useful, and kind of the most surprising out of it. And look, it's the Diablo that cost us the first tribute.
Who wants to take this merc camp?
Shall we see who gathers this one?
Give the order.
Choose a talent.
So here is her heroic, which is the wailing ability. And we're going to try to dash up to get this third tribute that we're not going to get. We were just too busy. So we're going to see if we can surprise this Sylvanas that's down here.
Give the order.
It's a really good pursuit utility over here, as it really helps.
That's why I make the big bucks. You're in
You
no
get up
shape.
to people
Get up a
who are
healing
fleeing. It's a really nice low health finisher.
I'm listening.
I suggest we capture this mercenary camp.
And we'll see if we can't use this heroic on somebody soon. See if I can test out that life heal a little bit. And she also has a passive of basic attacks and abilities, stun minions, mercenaries, and towers for a second.
Who can gather this one?
So it seems like she would be pretty good on assault of just keeping a tower like this. Which is probably why the enemy spawns was down at our base for a little while there.
What's this? He has left the battle. Welcome back, hero.
See the kind of damage we can do on this boss and see if he's capable of whittling them down.
Of course.
So there's that little Banshee teleport going on over there. Seems pretty cool as a get out of jail free card and of course the last hit finisher over there. I think I can definitely see it
My
being
will
used
is my own.
quite effectively in some more competitive play. And let's see if we can get an ultimate going over here.
What are we to say? I'm here.
See that Kerrigan, if my Banshee was up on that one, that would have been a fantastic finisher there. Ooh, so her stock arrow is now going to slow people. So that ramps her up and makes her pretty powerful. She's going to stun minions and towers, and now she's going to slow heroes. So it seems like she is going to be a pretty, and there's definitely and there's the get out of jail free card. Of course, he has his own, so hopefully this cigar finishes him off and makes my death not so in vain over there. And you can see she's doing a pretty good job. Max XP contribution is doing pretty good in siege damage and doing poor in hero damage. So there's a look at Sylvanas, the Ranger General, and some of the items that we have here on sale. And let's see how much time we have left before this comes out of beta and everybody gets to enjoy it. Take care, everybody. I'm Don signing off for G4G Games for